What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the titles going out. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. Before we get in the video, definitely, I always say, I apologize for not dropping the video. Sometimes we gotta take mental health days. I'm not even gonna lie. Me personally, when it comes down to it, been running into some trouble when it comes down to YouTube. And I know a lot of other conservative channels have been going through the same thing as well. Big shout outs, to I've seen a lot of people, I always mention them, Lou, Retro Steph, Rick, you got A-Dog, you got Doug, big shout outs to tons, of creators, that's getting the word out, and there's many more, there's many more. If I did, if I didn't say your name, I definitely apologize, but you know who you are. But one thing about it, y'all have Mary Brenda Johnson make this post on X, says, "This is not the first time Trump has tried to have a black man unjustly arrested. I'm not going anywhere." Which I can definitely see that he soon will. Not even gonna lie, by the things that he's causing, each and every day when it comes down to it. And another thing is, President Trump made a post, said Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also. This had nothing to do with race. I feel like they bring up race all the time in different, different situations. They love to bring up race when it comes down to it. President Trump didn't say anything, when it come down to race. Even if, even then, said Governor Pritzker is also, and Governor Pritzker, we all know, obviously is, a white guy. So, they always love, to continue and make things about race, and that's not what it is at all. Here it is right here. Breaking: Mayor Brandon Johnson just declared that he will be leading rebellion in Chicago against the federal agents. Check it out.
This is not about immigration. This is about a president who wants to enact authoritarianism in this country, where the rule of law doesn't apply to him and to one individual alone. And that's why I'm doing everything in my power to defend the people of this city and to lead a resistance that, quite frankly, is desperately needed to protect our democracy and our humanity.
The White House claims, this president claims, that it's the residents of this city that need protection.
And that's, I feel like, and that's the end of the video, that literally goes to show y'all on how disgusting, these individuals are and what they're doing. This literally goes to show y'all right here. I feel like, and the crazy thing is, I've said this multiple times, a lot of the residents there, and I'm going to show y'all, I've got some videos, so I made sure I was, I'm a bit more prepared today with showing y'all that there are literally residents that are living in these areas that are very, disappointed on how, Mayor Brandon Johnson is and how J.B. Pritzker is doing, and how they're doing things. Goes here, and this multiple posts. This is a crowd forming downtown Chicago with a big sign that says "No troops in our streets." And one thing about it, y'all, is that, like I've said multiple times, that a lot of these people that are literally in this downtown Chicago area don't live in Chicago. No matter how many people, I've seen people saying, "Oh, that's 300 max, that's 200 people max." It doesn't matter how many people are out there. A lot of those people aren't actually residents, in those areas that they're protesting in and stuff like that. And I find it completely insane. When people literally say they're bussed in, they're literally bussed in, y'all. This is Chicago protester on MSNBC. Check out what this individual had to say.
Let's see if we can talk to some people real quick. Can I ask you a quick question? We're live on MSNBC. And also, the Cubbies are playing tonight. Instead of being out for the Cubbies, you're here at the protest. What brings you out here? Let's walk and we'll talk.
ICE is not welcome here. The National Guard is not welcome here. Crime is under control. Military occupation doesn't make our city safer. Resources and investment in community makes our city safer. And my family left Eastern Europe because of the pogroms, so I think community and collectivism would have helped at that time, so I think it's my job to protect other immigrants here.
What's your name?
Bree Kramer.
It's nice to meet you, Bree. I'm Jacob. It's nice to meet you.
I don't know why that makes her job to protect immigrants there, but if y'all notice, and y'all know me, I don't like to make this about race or anything like that, but as I'm looking in the background, y'all, I'm seeing a lot of It's not a lot of black folks. It's not a lot of black folks in the and I'm not making that as an excuse at all, but I say this for a reason. I say this for a reason. If y'all look in the background at a lot of these videos, if you just look in the background, y'all find this video. I'm gonna tell y'all where you find this video. It's at Blue Georgia. It's at Blue ATL Georgia. Y'all find this video. Y'all would see, if y'all look in the background, bro. Look in the background, y'all. It's literally, you will not see any Mexicans, any African Americans, any type of Hispanics. You don't really see. I'm just saying, when I the videos that I do have though, and it's pretty wild. I'm not even gonna lie, it's pretty wild that you literally have individuals that, you know, and individuals I've seen Hispanics even, you know, go out on X. You know, I've multiple, you know, African Americans that's on X that are literally making posts saying that we need the National Guard in these areas. It has got out of control. It has literally got out of control. I'm telling y'all, bro, this stuff, it doesn't make sense to me. It truly doesn't make sense to me on how delusional people could be. I'm telling y'all, a lot of these people don't live in the areas at all. They truly don't. This Cash Patel, you know, says Chicago's says nearly 5% of Chicago's 2.5 million residents. It was about approximately 110,000 people are active gang members. Check it out.
Taking the juggernaut that is demolishing the weaponization of law enforcement and bringing it to places like Chicago. When I was there today with Todd, we learned that the Chicago city streets have 110,000 gang members. That's right, you heard me right. They had 1,200 shootings this year alone. 360 homicides. When politicians choose to side with those metrics and not their citizenry, thank God we have President Trump and this Department of Justice and this FBI going in there and crushing violent crime. And President Trump sent us into these cities quietly to set the stage, to set up for the National Guard, to see the success that we saw in Washington, D.C., in Memphis. The FBI has been leading the charge in every single one of these streets because we know how to gather ground-level intelligence and we know how to put handcuffs on the bad guys, and we know that we have the backing of this administration, and most importantly, the agents at the FBI know that they have the backing of the American people and their government.
Come on now. One thing about it is that regardless of what J.B. Pritzker, regardless of what Mayor Brandon Johnson has to say, regardless, President Trump is getting things done still. He said himself, you know, even though they don't want him to do it, he's going to do it. And as y'all see, the National Guard has landed. You know, the Texas National Guard in Chicago. So I do feel that it is necessary, especially after seeing that, you know, Mayor Brandon Johnson had called off, you know, the police officers, you know, away from the ICE agents, you know, when that situation happened. It's stuff like that. You know, these are reasons why. I could see if, you know, even if, you know, and I'll tell you right now, President Trump will probably be still sitting, the National Guard. But it literally just goes to show you that they're literally doing everything they can, you know, to not help. You know, they're more so for these gangs. They're more so for the violence, and that's not okay whatsoever. I'm telling y'all. Check it out from President Trump.
If I were a Democrat governor, I'd be saying, whatever you can do to get crime down, I'll take anybody. You can bring them in I don't care who it is. A lot of people said that. They interviewed women, these beautiful women in Chicago, black women with a MAGA hat, a red hat. They said, we don't care who he brings in here, but this place is really dangerous. We just want crime to stop. It's true. They don't care. You know, they don't differentiate between the National Guard and the Marines. They don't care. They'll take anybody. And that's the way it is. I mean, they want what we did in D.C., they want to happen to them. And it's happening in Memphis.
Exactly. And it's happening. It's definitely happening in other places. And I feel like so many people are literally sitting there like, well, why is President Trump, why is he sending them to Chicago? Why isn't he not sending them to, oh, trust me, there's going to be other places. And one place that he do need to be sending the National Guard is Indianapolis. I'll tell y'all that. I actually seen on the news, I think it was yesterday, that they're saying that the crime is going down low. They want to say that, just so, President Trump, people are still, they're seeing the statistics. You see Cash Patel, he's going to give you out, the statistics and get it out there. I feel like it's very necessary, for these cities, to get in line and fall in line, with having it. And I'm going to say this. It's not that, oh, we about to use the military on you, or we about to use, man, listen. I love the simple fact that they're doing this, because it gives us, that, President Trump and the Trump administration actually cares about America. Once, great. Like, it's so hurtful to see people comment constantly on down below in my comments saying, oh, I live in this country, such country, and, we don't have that much violence. And seeing that on the TV is pretty crazy. And it's sad to see that. It's absolutely sad to see on how much crime it is, in America. Even though that America is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. These are, this is, and I don't want to, this is Flip Chicago Red. Y'all can find their X right here. It's at Flip Chicago Red, and y'all see it. But these are literally the women, it's, Black American ladies that literally go around, and I'm telling y'all, just doing amazing work. Definitely doing amazing work. Check out what she has to say.
Thank you, President Trump, for acknowledging and listening to Chicago Flips Red, the beautiful Black Americans with the hats like yours. For years, we begged Brandon Johnson to do right by the Black Americans, the Black Chicagoans. We begged Brandon Johnson to not spend our tax dollars on illegal aliens, to care about us, to put the money into our communities, to make it safe for us. We begged him. We let him know how every day we were burying our kids. Every day we were getting shot, killed. And every day he arrogantly looked down on us while lying and playing with the crime statistics and telling us that crime was down. And now he wants us to join him in a fight to protect illegal alien criminals that he allowed to saturate our communities and put them in our buildings, in our neighborhoods, around our kids. Funded them, took our money and funded them. Gave them everything while taking everything from all the little resources we had.
Come on now.
Thank you, President Trump, for caring about the Black residents, the Black citizens of America.
I definitely say this. I'm not sure on who. I've seen this woman speak a few times. Is this who this is? I'm not sure if this is I think this is this Danielle Carter? Is this not Danielle Carter? I'm not sure. I don't want to say the wrong name. If this is, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but if this is who that is, and I know a lot of y'all confirm, is she running for to be mayor? Because if she is, it'll definitely be lit. I'm not even gonna lie. They definitely need somebody. Else than Mayor Brandon Johnson. I'll tell you that. I definitely tell you that. And I hate to see it. I hate to see, when you have residents that literally care for their community and they're not doing nothing but, taking money from the community, taking money from kids, literally taking money and not only funding, for themselves, but funding, people that aren't even U.S. citizens, which is pretty insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. And I don't like it. Chicago residents want Mayor Brandon Johnson locked up for interfering with deportations. Check it out.
Here it is. What do you and other residents in Chicago think about Mayor Brandon Johnson saying he's going to shield illegal immigrants from Donald Trump's deportation plans?
We hope that Donald Trump is very serious about imprisoning those who want to stand in his way. We understand that we are in the middle of an invasion, and every single person who came across that border came with an invoice on their back for the Chicago taxpayer. Nobody else gets to be shielded from federal crimes, and neither do they. We need everybody to go back where they belong so that we can reallocate our tax funds to the citizens of the city.
Come on now. You can literally tell, like, people are wanting more, y'all. People are wanting, you know, what President Trump has to offer. They're wanting what what the Trump administration have to offer. They're wanting, you know, the National Guard, you know, ICE there. There are people that are literally lying, people that aren't residents there, that are constantly getting on the internet and saying, you know, and I had one of my high school teachers that posted. And I hope he sees this, you know, and I don't really like, you know, going toward, you know, and comment on people's stuff or anything like that. But, and I hoped he catch not even just this video, but a video just to see, you know, what I'm sharing, what I have to give out, because it's important. But he had went, you know, to Chicago and posting, oh, there's nothing going on here. And there's nothing like it's those things. You know, you can't sit there and you had the statistics here and on how bad crime is. You literally have multiple videos. You have multiple arrests. You have multiple guns getting brought in. All these things. And then you say, oh, there's no crime here in the middle of the day. And then you go to a nice spot and take a picture. Oh, there's no crime here. President Trump is sending the National Guard for nothing. Come on now. Like, make it make sense. It's stuff like that. It's another resident of Chicago, y'all. Check it out.
You need to give me my minute back because I didn't start speaking. But I understand, Alderman Rodriguez, because you want me off this mic. You want me off the mic. Desmond Yancey wants me off this mic. That alderman, the one that was calling people niggers, he want me off the mic.
There he is, right there.
No, don't shake your head, because what's pitiful is you being able to be an alderman after you did such a thing. And then you got the audacity to be talking about some immigrant rights and looking down when somebody's addressing you. That's the reason why you all's plight don't have no power to it. You out there, you, Rodriguez, Vasquez, Jesse Fuentes, and when you get dummies like Desmond Yancey and Brandon Johnson out there pushing you all along, looking like a bunch of rebels without a cause, because your protests ain't even real, because you're not citizens. You don't have no right to jobs, to free resources, coming over here fighting our government when you won't even fight your own.
That's right. That's right.
Coming over here burning our flags when you won't go pledge allegiance to your own, on your own soil. So yeah, keep looking down, keep shaking your head, because what's pitiful is that people thought that they should vote you into office. But that's all right, because we've been told y'all we coming for them seats. We coming for them seats. Yancey, you think you gonna keep on jumping up South Shore? Only thing we got to show for it over there with you, Greg Mitchell, and Michelle Harris is a bunch of illegals that y'all done dumped into our apartments over there.
Now y'all know they've been saying, you know, different things about these apartment buildings, and they doing this to black people, and they didn't put old black folks on the ground, and they doing this and doing that. Y'all got a person right here who's sitting there. There's literally a lady right here breaking it down to him. Y'all done dumped illegals in our apartments and outraged about it. Absolutely outraged about it. But then they get on the mainstream media and they sit there and lie. And the same people that sitting there lying about it are the ones that's living in $1 million homes. So people, they don't have to worry about nothing. But then they give it out to the rest of the world. Other than the Chicago residents see it. But when you give it out to the rest of the world, what you think that's going to do? Chicago residents, that's living in these buildings, they know what's going down. They know what they're there for, and they happy about it. They want them gone. That's the thing.
You won't stand up to fight for us at all. You're passing a phony CBA bill talking about those people can come back that got displaced in 2016. They gonna come back to where? When you wouldn't even help me take care of what's happening right now. You are such a liar. We coming for them seats.
That's right.
You ain't gonna call nobody no nigga and keep your seat. And y'all can look down, because you ain't got enough guts to look at me in my face. You bunch of losers. Losers. Look at you. That's why you run from your country. Because you can't even face a person that's talking to you right now. You're a bunch of rebels without a cause. Don't nobody support you except for the paid protesters that y'all sending out there.
What I tell y'all? What I tell y'all about them paid protesters? What did I do? I sit there and I'm like, man, I don't see a lot of Hispanics, out there. I don't see individuals that actually, you really can't judge. Obviously you can't really judge and be like, oh yeah, that person. But you can really tell who's actually a resident in Chicago. And it's not about like racial profile. It's not even about that. You can just absolutely tell. They get on the news and they speak. I've been living here for such. You don't really see that. You don't see that. That woman got on there and it didn't even. It just don't seem right. When they get on the news, it don't seem right. But then you had these individuals. We coming for them seats. You got these individuals right here. Man, I'm telling y'all, this right here is amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is stuff right here that gave me the chills. This is stuff right here that literally have you going through so many emotions all in one video. I'm not gonna lie. This'll literally have you going through so many emotions in one video. Absolutely. Y'all can find this video at I'm Meme Zero. I'm telling y'all, it's amazing, how many people, and how many residents are actually, speaking up and letting it be known. It's definitely important. It's amazing. It's beautiful to me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I absolutely love it. To go in there and speak up what's real. And I definitely, y'all see this video. If y'all follow me actually on X, I'm LifeRec. I think it's at LifeWithRecklezz. It's literally at LifeWithRecklezz on X. Y'all can find me if y'all follow me on there. Y'all see this post. I literally just reposted it. And get this stuff shared out, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's very important. If y'all see anything, like this, go ahead and share it and get it out there, because I feel like so many people are missing, what's going on. Especially people that's constantly watching the mainstream media. My grandmother, she's not on her device a lot. She's looking at the news and she's seeing, and I try to draw away from that a lot, especially coming from a Democratic household. Trying to pull it like, no, that's not, they doing this, out there in Chicago, and they got these people, not even knowing what's really going on. I'm telling y'all. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe. I definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.